Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purposes only. You're very welcome to follow any of our signals as long as you are on SIM. We're not responsible for your trade. For the ones just joined us today, you have two different market analyzer. They are connected to automated trade. There is a 4 different automated trade: ATM strategy, pullback re-entry, and a fully automated system based on the signals only. And then we have a different type of an auto trade is the swing trading. And we have another new auto trade we released to our customers, clients, is the T7 automated trade. So there is a lot of automated trade. We cannot cover everything. We cannot cover all the auto trades, but we'll cover partial of our auto trades. For the ones that would like to follow the signals, they are very welcome to follow the signal. As an example here, on the first column, you will have the new signal. And then it says buy at 307150, target 3077. On the last entry signal, there is a 20 ticks based on one contract. Nasdaq buy 8215, target 822150. 35 ticks into that trade. It's not all day long, it's into the last entry signal. The whole market analyzer is based on one contract. At the moment, we have 251 ticks into the profit based on the last entry signal. The same story here is the scalper, and you will have the signal on the first column. As an example, we have a buy entry at 3075 on the ES, target 77. We are 5-6 ticks into the entry on the last entry signal, and on the scalper we have 44 ticks into the profit based on the scalping. So there is two different signal here, the swing trading and this is an example for the scalping. This is the white chart we use for scalping, and it is actually in a very high frequent. It's a 15 seconds trade, and it is really doing a great job. I love it. And then you can use an automated to trade, or you can extend your target. You can extend your I like the ATM because I can fuzzle with it. I can move my target, but you can use the fully automated to trade on the scalper as well. Market order, no optimization required. The trailing stops are based on fibs. They're not a dummy trailing stop. So it is a very friendly use, and does not require optimization and sitting the whole weekend trying to figure out what to do with the time frame and all this. It is on the scalper 15 seconds. On the swing trading we use 1 minute. As you see here, the Nasdaq, it hit the target, 32 ticks. And if we look at the Nasdaq, it hit the target, and now we are taking a little because of the resistance target hit. Is going back to the 82.2075. It's the same number we were having a problem with yesterday, actually. Not having a problem, but it is a key back then. Also on the Forex is the same story, or stocks. You can use as you see here, there is a new signal on the Forex, and there is a new signal on the Forex. And right now we just started the Forex, so there is 31 pips into the profit on the Forex. Also, we have the zone fully automated to trade. This is a different type of an automated to trade. But we can see there is not much news today. We have only the crude oil around 10:30, apologize. And also this one here, target hit. There is not much to do on this one here at the moment. But we have the crude oil at 10:30. We'll keep our eye on it. And it is a very straightforward today. And we will go ahead and make the charts a little bit bigger so everybody can see the charts. And when we see something very important between now and 10 o'clock, my favorite time to start is 10 o'clock, but we start a bit early. So some traders, if they want to follow some of the signals, they are very welcome to follow any of the signals here. You can follow the scalpers or the swing trading, whatever you like. And we are pretty much set. And now it is 8:46. Excuse me. Again, I prefer to start at 10 o'clock when everything is calmed down and the market start taking direction. But for the aggressive traders, you're very welcome to it. Knock yourself out. You can follow any of those signals. And again, remember, at your own risk. From now till 10 o'clock, if I see anything good, I will talk about it. If it's not, I will stay in a silent mood till 10 o'clock. I wish every trader the best for today, and happy trading. Thank you. Absolutely a beautiful trade on the ES, on the CL scalper. If we look at the scalper CL, it was a buy 57.04, and then target 57.30, and there we go. It is a beautiful start. We have, by the way, a Nasdaq new signal sell 82.16, but this is a beautiful trade on a CL today. A very good start, a very nice start. And we are away a couple ticks, or you can override the auto trade and take it at this level here. I love it when you can start your system in the morning and you are done before even the markets open. This is my favorite days. Doesn't matter how much, but the sooner the better to stay out of trouble. This is a scalper with $440. Very impressive, very nice on the first scalping trade. And there we go. Also, we have the YM token trade, the YM on the scalping. Now we are going up to 460 on the CL. This is not bad. A little bit here and there, before you know it, you got your money for today and get it over with. At the moment, we have 162 ticks in total on the swing trading and 66 on. Here we go. We're about to close the CL. That's why I like the ATM, because I can go ahead and secure some of this profit right there, and then you'll have a peace of mind right there. There we go, 460, 80. This is not bad for scalping. Okay, we are one tick away. It's always a fight, a dog and a cat on the last tick. There we go, 520. 520. Come on. Okay, now the beautiful. Absolutely, I love it. Stress-free. There we go. We are 57.30 on the CL. And what it does, the system is trying to grab. If you look at the CL, it's always trying to raise the target if there is possibility. We are one tick away from 520, and now the system raised it another tick. So I'm trying to get it greedy for you. Is 57.35 right now, trying to close that trade on 35. And if the market goes up, I'll try to raise the stake. If the market starts sinking, it's going to lower it and try to chase it and close it. This is a brilliant way to do auto trading. And we are using the latest technology. And as you see, this is, I love it when it comes into this part on the scalper. It is a fight on if we can get more ticks on that. And this is really, really something. Look at this. It's trying to see if we can get a little bit more out of it by itself. And this is my favorite part. After a hard work for a very long time to get to this level of trading. And we are at 480. I'm happy. Either way, I'm happy with it. But I love it when the system trying to grab more out of a trade, not just a black box. So now the system is playing with it. 35, and that will give us 500. Look, a trace, let's take one tick. You see that? Now the target, okay, two ticks. Now is trying to grab 57.37 out of it. Now we are onto the $600 a trade than just a couple $100 a black box. So no, look, is increasing the target for you. Now it is the system asking itself 57.39. I love that part where the system playing cat and dogs with the market, and now erasing the stake to the 57.40, and trying to get as much as it can out of that trade, so you don't have to trade anymore. And now look at this, it's now racing to 57.41. You are on $640 out of that trade, and the system is calculating tick by tick, playing a dog and a cat with this market, trying to increase or decrease the target by itself. It's all automatic, it's not manual. It's trying to see if it can get much more out of that trade than for you to do that. And there is no one has ever done that before. No one. And we are using the best of everything. Best programmers, best technology. And this little things here, the way is fighting with the market to grab more ticks. It took us a very long time in order for us to grab that much. So now we are on a $600 a trade on this one, and beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Let's take this one out. The Russell is already took a new signal sell. You can see it from the market analyzer. A sell position. You can see where the CL came in exactly to the 50.39, and the system was trying to increase the target to 41. I can close it. I don't want to close it. I want to try to. I can move it and tighten up the profit if I want to, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as is. Let the system figure out what to do with it. So now it's 9:18, and not much going on at the moment, but it seems like we are going to the positive opening today, and we will we'll keep our eye on this market. It seems like we are about to have a positive opening. We still have one more. Those are fib line. And that's why you see the CL is stopping at the fib. And if we get out of that trade, that means there is nothing to do on the long side. So look at this. Because this is a fib line, absolutely beautiful. Simple, aggressive, and at the same time, beautiful management on it. Actually, I'm enjoying the scalpers more than the swing trading lately because of the market not trending very well lately. And sometimes it comes a week or 2 weeks, bad movements, and then it start trending, then it stops. So, but on this one here, when you start, you get your money before the market's open, then you're done and get it over with. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The way it's taking the trade and the way it is. I don't care about the amount as much as how this auto trade is handling the market. This is the most important. Then the money comes second priority until we know we have a consistency, then it doesn't matter anymore. As long as we have a consistency, of course, like anything else in the trading, you will have a good days, bad days, but it's consistent. Is always trying to make your money for one day and get out of stop trading. And the consistency on the scalper is amazing, you know. And then it's not just you can use the fully automated, but I like the ATM because I can decide to close anything I want to. And if we look at a pullback, take some of the profit out, and because it's on the fib line, and now it's coming back, could be trying to test the 57.41, or if the market drop before the 57.24, that means we are going to the short side. So there is no confusion in there. And to our traders, you can put your fib lines. If you have the subscription, you can put the fib line on the scalping, and you can also make a decision if you want to increase or decrease your targets. So this is a nice, very nice trade. And let's see. There is not much going on right now. There is no trades. There is no trades on the others. Already nailed it. So we are waiting on the new trades. And we will be sharing this information with you. For the Russell, we had the latest signal was the Russell, and we are already 11 ticks on the swing trading. This is the fully automated trade, and is about to close this trade. We can extend it a little bit to the support line at 15.98.3 if you want to. This is beautiful. Also on the zone, automated to trade. Already took a trade on the zone. And also I like the ATM. And then there we go, you break even. And it is sitting behind the resistance line, and on the Nasdaq, the 82.19.25 become a resistance. So I'm hiding my trailing stop behind a wall, a resistance. You do not put your trailing stop out in the unprotected areas. You always, I can take it a little bit farther down under the projection if you want, above the projection, but they are both protected because of the zone. Most likely this market will come to the 82.19 and drop. So it's always your trailing stop. One thing I hate is the dummy trailing stop. It does not make any sense, a dummy trailing stop, because if this market go into your direction, why you are in a hurry to get out of that trade? You need to suck the blood out of that trade and takes the crumbs left out of the table. You should not leave anything out of that trade when it's going to your direction, because you don't know when the next time you're going to have, or you're going to be catching a beautiful, nice trend for that day. So this is the biggest mistake. You see, this is the difference when you are trading with a little knowledge. We can see the wick come into the 82.19.25 and the Nasdaq dropped. And look where my trailing stops are protecting. You know, you cannot get away with it. You cannot get away with it in the trading business. You have to understand what's going on. And then you can auto trade with an educational or an educated manner, not just looking at the number because you have an auto trade, but I need to know what's going on. We have plenty auto trades. We're not talking from weakness. In your package, there is around 9-10 different automated trades. It's not about that. It's how to use this auto trades and how you can take him, let him be to your advantage, and survive for that day, and trying to make money and get out. If we make $500 on the CL and we made $300 on the Nasdaq, you're done for today. You should not be even starting your auto trade when the market's open. You're done before where everybody is struggling. So this is the Nasdaq. That's how I. This entry here, 2150, is different than 1650. The blue chart is taken from the market analyzer on the left corner. The CL is taking the scalper from the right corner. And before the market's open, it's 8:27. I don't like to trade between 8:30 and 8:45. It's not my favorite piece of time. But the way we have planned those trailing stop, and that's why I like to use the manual. I like to use the manual ATM, not a dummy trailing stop. Now we have a sell signal on the ES, YM sell signal, and it is it was too fast. The Russell is already closed. The Russell already closed the trade. And now the Nasdaq is on the scalper, is about to close that trade as well. And so practically we are done before we even start the market. And the Russell here just closed the Russell. And the ES, we have a new and now if you see the market is trending, I can extend this target a bit. And see if we can get the most out of it. And the YM is about to close. We're going to extend the target because it's an opening right now. And there we go. We are done for today. We are done. We catched everything nicely. And we are already target hit. Now we are jumping target hit on the ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones. Everything targets hit. And now the CL is finished with the trade. And welcome to trading. And you're done. There is nothing. And then those poor guys gonna come and trying to pick up the pieces, whatever left over you when you trade in. And for the swing automated trade, this is a different type in automated trade. For the DAX traders, also you are done. I'm extending the targets. Russell, we closed. And all the scalpers, the market is going very fast. I cannot keep up with everything. But all of them, the scalpers hit targets and close position. ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, all of them hit position, close position. And we're done. We're done trading, and it is 9:32. We started around 9 o'clock, and we already grab whatever we can grab. And now we are on the swing trading market analyzer. Those entries that were when we are on, you have seen them. Now we are 268 ticks based on one contract on the market analyzer. If we look at the ES here, there says 425. Here's 212. That means it is based on one contract. And this one is a base on one contract, but you can use 1 or 2 or 10 or 20, whatever you want to do. And beautiful day. What I say in the trading, guys, you can go get a job with a company and stay 35, 40 years to get a stupid gold watch after 40 years, 35 years work. Or you can put your head together, depends on every trader, and work a bit hard for a couple of 3 years. Learn the system, learn the tricks in the stock market, in the futures. Learn the tricks, and then you can go buy yourself a gold watch. You don't need to be working for a company the rest of your life. You have to dedicate yourself to trade and learn so you can get off easy with your life. Bullying yourself around it is not going to help you. It is, you make a mistake, you pay the price. You know what you're doing, you get paid. And I don't have to say that much. It is all here. And the most important is to know when you need to trade and when you need to stay out of a trade. This is the biggest mistakes traders brush it off. They don't understand. It's not up to you when to trade. Never been up to you. It is up to the market allow us to trade when and how. This one here, the DAX. There is a new signal on the 30-year Treasury bond with the scalper. This is a normal auto trade, which most of you have this kind of principle auto trade. But this one here, I find it much more advanced. Automated to trade. And it is very comfortable to trade it because you can see what's going on in the market. Where we are going with the market? This is a very good question. We are already hit target 1 on the NASDAQ, and it was a profit taking. This target 1, target 2, target 3 has nothing to do with the market analyzer. This is a total different system. And right now we are going on target 2 on the NASDAQ, and I think the end of it is target 2. Target 2 is usually between 11 and 12. So we already we already hit the target 1 on the NASDAQ, profit taken, and I don't know if they're going to drive it to target 2. I'm not sitting with them. You must be Houdini in order for you to know what they have thinking. But if we put the trades on target 2, and the ES has not got the target 1 yet, but usually the target 2 is institutional numbers between 11 and 12, and profit taking between 11 and 12 on the target 2. I don't know how they are driving this market, but we already hit target 1 on the NASDAQ, and maybe we will be hitting target 2. I have no idea. If you are taking those trade to our traders, you need to go ahead and secure your profit because you already hit the target. You need to drag your trade to the 30.6975, and the trailing stop has to be behind a fib line, behind a wall, hidden. You do not put the trailing stop, as an example, like 30.7075 up in the open for everyone to grab. What you need to do, put your trailing stop behind a fib line, above or below. If we are going short, you put it above your fib line. You all know how accurate those, and then start securing profit. As an example here on the NASDAQ, if you want to secure more of your profit, I'm using the fib line for my trailing stop, and the system is using the fib line automated trade. And I want to go with the fib line, but you can drag the system to be, you can grab more of your profit and secure it above. When you're going short, you secure it above your zone. And we all know how accurate those zones are. So this way, you have secured your profit, and you got a very good chunk out of it, and at the same time, technically, you are still in the trade with it, maybe we can go to the target too. So this is, look at this. This is a very important keys in the market, because when the market drop fast, every time the market drop fast, it has to go back to reconfirm and then keep going back down. So this is very important to not just auto trading, to understand if you are using the ATM system, you can increase your profit by 10 times at least than this guy just closing his eye and auto trading and looking at numbers. Eventually, this guy, after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, he either gonna be out of that game permanently, or he's gonna get his head together and start looking at the market. He cannot keep closing his eye rest of his life and expecting everything will be done for him. No. This is not going to happen into his lifetime. He's just fooling himself. But if we spend a little time watching the charts, where is the technical level? As I said yesterday, if you take those fibs away from me, I will not invest $1,000 in the stock market. Any. Why? Because if I don't understand where is my level, I cannot trade. I can understand the price action. I can understand the bar movement. I can understand everything on there. But if I don't know where is my limitation in every trade, that means I'm shooting in the air. When you are in a trade, you know your level is 8,200 on the NASDAQ. And now if I want to maximize my profit, I will put it there. And I'll put the second one there if I want to, or I can take one of them out, because when the market is dropping fast, the market is going to go back, reconfirm every number. This is a very fast drop-in on the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ has to go back, reconfirm every number. And I don't want to get caught in between. Either I evaluate my look at this, where I am right now. Finally, it broke that 2743. All right. And now it's going straight to my trailing stops. Where's those fibs? You see? Now, if we look at the YM, the way it's working right now, there is two things that's going to happen. Either those two fib lines with those trailing stop, this one closed, and we still have one more. Look at this, because they are based on a fib line. So it got one of those trades out, and look, it's start going back again, trying to retest the 27403. This is the same thing is going to happen on the ES, where most of the amateur trading, by looking at this number at 3068.25, when they are using indicator, if we are calling a couple of 3 bars here, all their indicators pointing to go jump on the long trade, where there is no long trade in there. And this is where their normal auto trade will start taking a long trade, when they are using a basic indicator, following the market, is not predicting anything, from the MACDs to the ATRs to all this nonsense. Those, they follow the market, they do not predict anything. When the market is going down, all those indicators, you can download as much as you want. It is just following the market and telling you the market is down. And when the market turning around with a couple moving averages, now every system, every amateur trader start having positive reading on the chart. On top of that, he's going to go ahead and use a Renko bar. Now he is a total blind guy trying to predict the future based on the past. and amusing himself with a Renko bar, trying to catch the trend with a Renko bar, and the Renko bar does not reveal the real trend. And that guy is getting pissed because he's not making money. What he does, he goes and buy an auto trade to refuge himself, and then he gets in a different trouble because he still don't have the basic. There is no way you can identify a trend if it's not a minute chart, whether it's a 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. We have some traders not with us here. They use 15 minutes. Those are the guys I trade with before. They never looked at a small time frame because they look at the bigger picture with a different type of amount of money. So on this one here, I need to know the levels in the market, and then when the market start going down, we have built this 2 yellow lines here on both of direction, on the top and the bottom. And when this market start entering this area here between those 2 yellow lines and these 2 yellow lines and these 2 yellow lines here, as you see, the ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, when they got in between those 2 yellow lines, this means there is no more short trade, and now you need to start exiting out of those trades. This way can maximize your profit. And the same time, you can take maybe 1 trade out and you can leave 1 in case. But for the last few years, we are using those 2 yellow lines. Very rare they give a wrong reading. Very rare. There is nothing 100% in the trading, but very rare we had a wrong reading between those 2 yellow lines. As we see right now, when we are trading, we're not using a dummy trailing stop, and this is what happened on the YM. The YM came into the first minor trailing stop. It is a fib line. And what it does, it came in, took one of the trades out, and then we left the other one running. And as we see, the YM did go back short when it hit our trailing stop because it's based on fibs. It's based on price level. And you're always in control with your trading. Not the market is controlling you. You are in charge where you need to take a trade, where you need to call it off. And if we look, this is beautiful how the trailing stop is your fib line. It's not a dummy trailing stop. The market did go all the way down, come back. We took some profit out. Nothing wrong with that. Because it was very fast. They need to go back and confirm. They did. They came into your fib line, knock one of the trades out, and they are keep going. This movement here, this is where all the amateur traders using those out-of-date indicators now start getting a wrong reading, and they think the market now is turning around, and they don't want to miss on that, and now they are jumping to long trade. And a long trade is a long way from home. So this is very important. Also, we have given you where is the re-entry point on every system. The system also, if you wanted to take a manual trade, is giving you where is the re-entry. Folks, it took me 28 years to get here. 28 years to start getting comfortable. And you can do it the hard way or the easy way. So guys, again, this is the end of it. Once you start going in between those yellow lines, this is the end of it. You need to exit. If we look at the NASDAQ, we have a target one between those two yellow lines. That means once this market enter those two orange or yellow lines, you want to call it, the market is finished. You can maximize your profit right there. They might drag you to the target too, but it doesn't matter. You cannot keep jumping from one place to another. You maximize your profit once the market, plus on top of that, you are sitting and look at this on the ES. Once the market start hitting between this dead zone right there, the system start firing reversals for you. It's telling you it's over. So there is plenty indication here to maximize your profit and exit out. We cannot grab every tick in the market, but this is a very good place to exit. On the NASDAQ, this is a very good place to exit between those two yellow lines, and the system has fired reversal. And those reversal do not repaint. Again, they do not repaint, And now on the YM, it got in between those two yellow lines, going back to the fib. Now it's trying to break that fib line and is going back to this area if the ES decide to drop again. And the 3069, that's mean we are going back to the 3067.50. All this is not complicated. It comes normal after you practice for a while. It comes normal. It comes like when you drive in the car talking to your wife, and a guy in front of you push the brakes. You see his light, you push the brakes without thinking. Once you start getting in the rhythm, it's like when you drive in the car and talking to your buddy and sitting next to you. And when the guy pushing the brakes in front of you, you keep talking to your friend or your wife and you're pushing the brakes without thinking. This is the way you need to approach the market. You'd have to have the knowledge without thinking. It's like you're driving the car. And kick everyone out of the room, have a bad attitude. This is a very important or a buddy is a very negative trader, kick him out. I don't care if he's your brother, your cousin, kick him out. Because you cannot be negative when you trade in. A negative trader will never earn money in here. You have to be a little bit more relaxed with your head. So right now the system is telling me the re-entry point on the NASDAQ is 8206.75. We do not just let the Autotrade take the trade. We can also give you where if you wanted to jump into one more round on the trend, we give you the numbers where you need to re-enter the market. And actually we have the Autotrade to take the trade on the pullback re-entry from those fib lines. Those fib lines we have made an automated trade, and it's been released to every client we have. But I mean, we cannot cover constantly all the auto trades here. But you can exit those trades on the target, and you can activate the re-entry point like what happened right now on the YM. That will be taking the trades from the fib lines based on the re-entry. So we have provided all the tools for those guys that are really seriously want to take or change different their lifestyle. If you put your your time behind those system here. I mean, you cannot be that bad. You will be able to learn or how to use the system, and until you start getting confidence in your when you're trading, and not getting scared every time you're taking a live trade, because you start having confidence in your trade once you understand what's going on in the market. And right now, as you see, the YM is coming to the trailing stop 1. If this market broke the trailing stop 2, already the system is telling you can re-enter the market from the 27440 short. Now we are out of that trade on the ES. Look at this. Now he broke the first fib line. One thing, if I'm busy and right now the ES fired a long signal, you should not be taking a long signal. I tell you why. This is the same thing happened yesterday and have driven the market down at the opening yesterday, and it was the same condition as you see right now on the ES. It is a very nasty area above the 3074.50 all the way to the 76.77. It is a very nasty area to trade. Even for those guys is trying to say, I do have an auto trade, yeah, you're gonna dive into big pile of mud right there. You cannot trade this market if the ES start hitting the 3074.50. You cannot take a long trade. Actually, this is a short trade. The system now closed, and it might gonna give you a long signal. But if you look at that chart and you know how powerful we have the zone, I will not advise you to take any long trades. The reason is it's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. It's gonna give you a few ticks on the buy-in entry, and you're gonna get stuck at 3074.50. It's gonna require a lot of news, a lot of volume for us to break the 3074.50 all the way to the 77. So this is where it is very important for the trader, whether it's an automated trading or not, to understand where is his limitation in the market and which trades he should take and not to take. Look at this one. I didn't want to mention it. Is the YM took a trade, the automated trade, the swing trade, and took a trade. And look where it got stuck at the fib. Look where it got stuck at the fib line. It's been sitting there for a couple minutes and it got stuck. Even if the buyer is trying to break that area, there is a short re-entry right there waiting on you. 27.44.1. This is a short entry. So this one here, it is a bubble, and is based on nothing, the YM, because we don't have any confirmation from the ES, neither the NASDAQ, to go ahead and start going to the long position. And that is not going to survive. That trade is not surviving. If we notice it's blinking, it's trying to go up, and look, it's going to get stuck at 27.44, and I'm not interested in that trade. If the ES now going to give me long, you can take it. You're very welcome to follow it on a sim. I'm not responsible for your trade. But I'm telling you right now, if the signal fired right now, that ES is not going to able to break all this nasty area here. And that and mark my word for it. You cannot challenge me. This is not going to make it. So, as we see right now, the ES has fired a new signal. You can take it if you want to, but you need to exit at 74.25. Look, it started already weak. And even if the buyer is trying to push it a little bit up to confuse you, it's going to get stuck at 74.50. That's why I do not recommend to take that YM trade and that ES trade. I will not recommend it to take it. And even if the buyer is trying to push it, it's going to stop at 30.74.25. So, the target is all the way there. But on that trade, you gotta immediately break even and or immediately take that trade out at 74.50, because this is starting with a problem. And doing this, once we are done with the short trade, yes, you can take the scalper as an example. That will be much better for you. This is the swing trade in entry, is 30.73.25. But this one here, it is 74.50 and is in line where I'm saying there is a resistance. So on we're down to the downside, and I can survive that trade to the resistance line, and I can let it be, or I can make it very tight, because I know on that trade I'm going to be in a dangerous trade. And it's the same story on the Russell, on the scalper. I'm not sure it's going to make it, so I'm going to go ahead and cover myself, even a +1 tick, and wait, because that trade here is not a survivable trade. And you can see it immediately right now. Knowledge in the market is not how much money you have. A lot of questions we get on the email. How much do I need to start trading? And the second question I sent is, how much do you know? So if we have $100,000 and we don't know what we are doing, we can lose the $100,000. If we have a $10,000 or a $5,000, we are conservative. Once we see profit, we stop. We are taking one day at a time, and we're not greedy. Those $5,000 can turn out to a very good size of money because of knowledge. If this person have knowledge, it's not how much money you have in this business, it's how much knowledge you have. So as we see here, I saved you a bad trade, and I told you not to take a long trade. I can see it. It's not going to make it. Not at the moment. It is a fake moves. If we see on the YM, this is a fake move. I did not want to call the YM. I did not, and I told you not to go ahead and take a long trade on the ES, because it's not going to make it. This is a one big pile of mud. I don't want to be dancing in it. I don't want to be jumping into this. Another factor, your NASDAQ is sitting right there. It's fixing to climb to the 205. It's too early to go long. With a Renko bar right now, you have took short and long and short and long, and now you are in a lot of trouble. It's very early to go ahead and take a long trade. You gotta wait. There's plenty trades where they're coming from, and I need to see confirmation on the NASDAQ YMES able to break all those levels, and then I can always catch it. I can always catch those trades. If you wanted to take that trade here, 73.25, you must exit at 74.25. This is the question: is it worth it for me to go ahead and jump into a trade to just go from 73.25 and make a 1 point? Is it worth it for me to get pissed over 1 point? No, it's not worth it. Leave it. Leave it and leave it. One thing, now we all know those trailing stops are fib lines, don't we? I'm going to close that trade. We have an automated also for this one here, called pullback re-entry. If we look at this one here, I know this one from here to here is not going to make it. Period. When the market is dropping, it's going to go drop to the first fib line. Okay? Look at this. There is confirmation, projection, and a support area at 30.6950 and a projection at 69.75. And this is a trailing stop, which you can automate it, on the pullback area entry. So where is my trade should be for that situation is right there. So an auto trade is not everything in auto trade. An auto trade is going to take this trade. But also God gave us head to see this is a very nasty area. Does not require a brilliant trader. Does not require a trader have a light bulb on his head flashing. Every guy can see this is a very hard area to break all those zones. It does not require experience to see that. Any guy from a bodega can recognize that. So even if he have a drinks, can recognize those. So I'm in a desperate to take a trade, which you will be in a desperate to take a trade around the Christmas and New Year Eve, around the summer when there is nothing to do. You will be desperate to earn your living for today. This is a very good entry, and your stop loss is right below this fib line. How much is your stop loss on this one? It's a 3 ticks, because you're not trading motionally, you're trading technically. And technically, if this ES drop to the first defense, the fib line, most likely the ES is going to bump into this projection, and the support line is not going to break those walls immediately. It's not. It's going to rebound from those numbers. And then my trailing stop is right there. It's very small. I'm investing 3-4 ticks. But when if the ES came into this area and is going back to try to break those levels here, I already made my money, and I'll let the other amateur trading jump into this big pile of mud here, because they're going to get lost in it. You don't know which number is going to be rejected in this market. You have no idea what you're going to be. Yeah, I mean, you're going to be going down the hill with a car with no brakes, no steering wheel. So I don't want to pick up my fight here, but I will pick up my fight here. So you can choose. When you are trading, you can choose your fight. Don't let the market monkey you around left and right. And you know what? If this market right now go from here to the target immediately, nothing to cry about. Nothing to cry about. You just laugh about it. You have not missed anything, because it is a very high risk trade. So on this one here, I will wait this market to drop, and this is where I will be accepting to take in a trade. And I'm not going to chase a wild goose here and take in a long trade from that area and bump in to a bunch of resistance lines sitting right in front of me. I need to jump over every single wall on those. It's not going to happen. It's going to require a very good news with a couple of tweets in order for us to jump over all those walls. And this is not going to happen on the first try. And this is where your auto trade or your hand trade, your manual trade is going to start getting into a problem. So I already set my piece on this one here, the ES, and I don't need to chase this one. This one here is not my fight. We've been on that trade on the YM for half an hour. Half an hour on this YM. What happened? Nothing. You're still sitting on the same level. Yes, we've been on this fire and buy signal from 10 o'clock, now 10:10, and nothing happened. 10 minutes, and that market has not been able to get up and move. On that trade, that signal was fired at 9:58. Now it's 10:11. Nothing happening in here. And the most aggravation when you have a trade, it's been sitting on a circle, not doing anything for over 10 minutes. So the decision you have made 10 minutes ago is no longer valid. You need to close that position. And there we go. Look at the ES. Nothing happening. This is where I'm telling the market I'm interested in. I'm not interested in this one here. I'm interested in this one here. Take it or leave it. Not me, not you. The market, your broker. Take it or leave it. This is my price. You know. And if this is not going to happen, it's not going to happen. You know. So this is how it is, guys. This is how it is. I'm going to be taking a break. And I'm not interested in the long trade. And I don't think so it's going to survive those long trades. And wow, we have the swing trading on the CL. Look at this one here. If you look the technical area on the CL, and for the CL traders, look at this. Your target 2 is 57.87. And where it is now, the CL is going to enter into this dead zone, the one we have explained right now. If the CL keep going and hit target 2, there is nothing to trade on the CL anymore. Why? Because the CL is going to go from target 2, profit taking, to target 1, back to target 2 for another half an hour, 40 minutes. And then it's lunch hour. There is nothing left in this one here. You know, so also you have to understand the inventory news in 15 minutes. Yes, sir. I know. We have covered it, and we have said where it is. It's in 15 minutes crude oil, and we leave you alone with it. Look at this one, the ES. I want to go back to... Look what happened to the ES. Come into 3074.75 as we expected. And took a short. If you go back on the video, we said on the YM 27441 is a re-entry point. Now start taking a dive. You cannot trade the future based on the past. You cannot trade the future if you don't have tools trying to predict what's going on in the market. You cannot, you know. And there we go. Now we are start taking a dive on those trades as expected. So I'm not surprised what happened here, because we've been talking about it for half an hour and came in right as we explained half an hour ago. That's exactly what happened in the market, what we have predicted. So I'm not surprised on those, you know. And if you can manage to understand the movements in the market, then you can go ahead and you say, I want to change my life. I don't want to be working anymore. I want to take it to full time. Guys, I want to take a 5 minutes break. I have tons of messages. I'll read them when I come back. Thank you. Okay, as you see, guys, the ES, this is where we told you to go short, it's not long, and do not follow that signal. This is exactly what happened. If we look at the YM, it's been on the same trade for 20 minutes, and we told you not to take those trade. And look what happened, nothing. So on this YM, you should be closing those trade. It's not gonna happen. And we have 7-8 minutes for a CL inventory, and I don't know what will happen after the inventory, but as what we see here, don't trade the ES at the moment until we are finished with the oil inventory, and then we decide. Even if it's a good news, I doubt it. The ES is going to break all those areas, you know, and I'm only interested in the short. And if the market drop, you will have an entry at 30, 70, 75 buy entry. This is the only one at the moment we have. The Nasdaq is stuck on the resistant areas here, and I'm not interested in do anything else on the Nasdaq. ES, I'm not interested anything above this number 30, 74, 75. I'm not interested in it. And we still have 6 minutes for oil inventory. And then after that, we decide. We wait a couple minutes and we decide how the market is moving. And we're not going to be missing trade because the scalpers are going to take over. No big deal if we don't want to take the swing trading. So we got it surrounded. For me, normally I usually say where the CL is going. It is a bit hard on the CL. I'm not interested in a long on the CL anymore. We are sitting at this level, 57.73. Target 2 is 57.87. And I'm not interested in taking long on the ES. Actually, on the CL should be short from target 2 here. This is a short area. But don't do anything. Let's wait till the crude oil come out, and then we start making decision. Thank you very much. Guys, you can go back with the video half an hour ago. Where did we say you need to take the ES trade? I'm not going to ask this question. I want to ask my traders, my clients. Where did we say you need to take an ES entry? When did we say that? And look what happened. Everything is recorded on this video. You go back to it. We have predicted where the market is going to break down. We have predicted where the market is going to be projecting from. Thank you, Charles. Charles is one of the traders. Has been around for 30 years. And this is his answer, 3070 long. Tell me where the market dropped to, which number. I don't want to say and brag. The question is, can you do that? The question is, can you do that? Half an hour ago, we said is going to be 3070 long. And you're asking yourself why I'm not doing well with in the market, because your lack of knowledge and you're not you don't understand the game in the market. You don't understand it. Today I was watching a small documentary on a YouTube on the same clip. Has nothing to do with the trading. I'm interested in the history, and I have my daughter is going to be a master degree with a history teaching. She's going through the master degree. Anyway, doing this video clip today on a YouTube, it was around 10 commercial. It was 10 commercial on that video. Some guys, I have no idea where they come from, young, and one of them was from Europe, Holland, and the other one was. Anyway, all of them, those commercials and this clip is how you're gonna get rich and taking one trade every other week, or this quick rich scam. And on one video it was 10 commercial with the 10 different guys. They have the key to heaven, how to get rich in the stock market. Those are my worst enemy, because they're not sending the right message to the traders. They're not sending to those guys. So when you're telling a guy you need to learn, and he thinks, Jesus, this guy is out of control. Why I need to learn when there is 10 commercial on one clip telling me I can get rich without using my head and my money. And then they start diving in and get lost in years before they can recover from this kind of environment. And swear to God, honest to God, I'm saying it the way it is. It's not about sell or anything. You will never make it in this business if you're not going to put your head together. You will never. We're not asking you to sit down in the trading room paying money. No. I'm against that. And we pissed off a lot of people by coming on a YouTube trying to teach as well. It's not that. and we built more enemies by sharing our information on the YouTube more than any time before. Because some people, they expecting you to pay for that service when you are coming into a trading room. And we build a lot of enemies, and I don't care. I can close it anytime I want to. But the reality here is a wrong message to those traders. It is a wrong, or a guy come in, a cute guy come in at night, not showing what happened today and how hard it is today, or how easy it was made money today. And then some cute guys come in at the end after the fact telling me his auto trade made $1,000 on one trade. Good. Show us that auto trade on a live trade. Show us that auto trade. Put it in front of the public like what we are doing here, and show us how that auto trade made it. So what they do, they put 100 charts, and then they have 10 charts survive out of 100, and then they make the video, pre-made video on 10 charts, and then they say here, and then they are dismissing the problems during the daytime, like today when we said do not take a trade on a long. He's going to forget to tell you his auto trades lost money on the long trades. He's going to forget to tell you that you need to learn how to trade or to look at the market before you start trading. And this is where, when we're trying to put common sense to those guys, they don't receive it well, and they think it's boring. And then what do you see? After 6 months, this guy come back and asking us if we can have him back. There is nothing in this life easy money. Nothing in this life, just you pick up the money and go. If this is the true story, that you can buy an auto trade and auto trader and get rich without looking at the market, then everybody can do that. And on Monday, nobody go to work, nobody pick up your garbage, nobody make a sandwich, nobody make a pizza for you. Does not work that way, folks. By buying an auto trade, I'm not against buying an auto trade. Everything is automated here. It's not, but how to manage the auto trade is the key. It's not the auto trade itself. This is for the last 12 years we've been in the public. We have learned a lot about a human, how he behaves around the market, from the greedy guy to the guy is scared to pull the trigger, from an inexperienced guy to an experienced guys. We have learned a lot from the public, how they behave around the market. But there is one thing here. There is no shortcut when it's about your money. There is no shortcut when if you don't know how to manage an auto trade, or you don't know how to read the market. I have a message from a gentleman here. I don't want to call his name. Now sending me a message that yesterday his auto trade did not make money, which we did. And if you go back to the YouTube yesterday, we did make good money. We made over 2,000 on the scalpers yesterday. And if you go fuzzle with the video, you will find it. He said, and today he said is much better. So his request for support, his request right now for his support is not why and how, is what's wrong. If I need to look at his template auto trade to make sure it's right. So this is a typical trader denial, that if today he makes money, he thinks his auto trade setting is right. And if tomorrow the auto trade did not make money, that means there is something wrong with his auto trade. So there is nothing wrong with the driver. And that is wrong, because this is a small example today. We said, don't go long on the ES for a reason. So if another guy dismissed this message and start using his auto trade to go long, and now he thinks his setting is wrong, this means it's not us having a problem, it's that trader have a problem with his head, because he's not recognizing, or he's not expecting or accepting that there is no long on the ES. He's denying to recognize what's going on in the market. So what I'm trying to say here, we need to recognize what's going on in the market before we start fuzzling with auto trade. We need to recognize this is where we told you you need to take a trade, and this is where we told you you need to take an exit. And we have Mr. Charles here confirmed it for us. After half an hour it happened, and it was 3070, and we called it 3070. Thank you for your comment, Charles. So the guy is denying himself, or denying, or not accepting what's going on in the market. He's taking an auto trade here and get caught here, and he thinks there is something wrong with his auto trade. Those are my worst nightmare traders, and I lose interest by supporting those kind of people. Why? Because you tell them once, you tell them twice, you tell them 3 times, and then they try to go around the corner, play with the words with me, to set up an auto trade so can cross those fib lines for him. And this is not going to happen, you know. So when a guy is refusing to understand what's going on in the market, I cannot help him. I cannot. You sit down with him 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but then you get bored with him. I mean, there is another 500 traders online. I don't want to be sitting wasting my time with a guy that is not accepting what's going on in the market. This is a nightmare. You know, and so the YM, nothing happening, and there is nothing happening in here on the ES. We called the trace for you at 3070 on the ES, and this is the CL, it's not the ES. And where's the ES? The ES is just fixing to go into a trade, has not been taking a trade. So actually the market is done for today, guys. I mean, if you go back with the video from where we started until now, we made tons of money, and there is nothing left. And now the market is just going in a circle. There is nothing left, and I'm not interested in going long. Right now the Nasdaq is short in this area here, is short on 81.97. If the market come back to this area, it is a short trade. There is no long trade. And if we go back with this video, you will find we made tons of money from the first minute we got in, and there is nothing we can do anymore. Whoever made money today made money. Should I be trading right now? No, because you're gonna give up all your winning trades, you know. And on a day like this, you should have walked out with a couple $1,000 at least, you know. So what I will do, I'm gonna keep the screen running, and you will be you can follow the signals from this empty column here on the left corner. You can follow those trades, and there is a new, it says a new signal, and it gives you the entry, and also the same story on the scalper, give you the same entry and give you the signal where to enter, where to exit. It's all clear. I don't say anything. And if I see anything good, I will turn the microphone on, and you're very welcome to um, ask any question. Um, so I will be turning off the microphone when I see something good. I will try to um, uh, highlight those. Thank you.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
I want to say thank you very much. We are done the trading, and we have the zone on the Nasdaq is already got into this trade. For the Nasdaq, it's not gonna be easy to break the 81.99. If you are following the CL, go ahead and you have two options between 56.46 and the second option 56.53. ES, I'm not interested in the long at all. So this is the update for today. And on the CL, we have one trade on the trend exit, and we're still on the same trade on the 3 minutes. CL is still on the same trade. This is the second trade for today. I want to say thank you very much for today, and we did extremely well today, and we'll see you tomorrow. I will try to start around 8:30 in the morning, and I want to say thank you for your all support. If you like us, please give us a thumb up on the YouTube, and we will thank you, and thank you, sir, and we'll see you all tomorrow. God bless everyone.